Yo, so do you need to cut out carbs for fat loss? And I'll answer your question right now. No, you don't need to cut out carbs for fat loss. No, don't need to at all. Um, the only thing I can say, right? So when you get into macros and all that stuff of working out, it's very, very complex. And honestly, once you get it broken down, you kind of understand how calories work and how many calories are in like a carb, a fat, a protein. Then things start to make more sense, and then you can read nutrition labels a lot better, and this will overall just help you with cutting weight. Whether you're cutting from 200 pounds or you're cutting from 400. I mean, it's all really the same, right? So let's get into carbs and what carbs essentially do. Carbs replenish a thing called glycogen in your muscles, and carbs fill out your blood vessels, like your veins, right? So carbs fill up your muscles. They're kind of always there. And if you do cut out carbs, you eventually go in a deficit where you don't have any carb energy and your body's relying only on protein and fat for energy, right? Your own fat and fat you consume throughout the day. So that's kind of a carnivore-oriented diet if you were going to go that route, which I did for my first month of cutting. And don't get me wrong, it works. Like, you lose fat if you cut out all of your carbs. But the problem is, you lose a lot of your strength in the process, right? Even if you're hitting your protein goal, you lose quite a bit of strength, right? So what I recommend for you guys losing fat, if you need to lose weight right now as fast as possible, then you can cut out your carbs. Do it. I mean, you're going to lose weight a lot faster, and, like, it's efficient for losing weight fast. It's just not efficient for gaining strength. The one thing I will say is be prepared for not having a lot of energy, right? So if you ever get to the point where you don't need to lose fat super fast, kind of like me, I'm at a point where I'm cutting now, so I'm starting to lose weight, and I eat carbs. I have to. I mean, if I want energy to go to the gym and make sure I do all my reps and I'm focusing on tempo and all of this stuff, I need carbs for my energy, right? So let's see. If I was going to give you guys a number, right, of how much carbs you should be eating, it would be about, so protein. We're going to get into this and then this will make sense. But protein, you want 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That's the best average answer. And fat, you want to be 20 to 30% of your total calories, right? So say you're 200 pounds and you're mainly muscle, maybe 20% body fat. Your maintenance is probably around 3,000 calories, right? Somewhere in that general area. We're just going to do 3,000 because I can't do the math for it all now. It depends on how tall you are, all this random stuff. But you're going to want, let's say, all of that isn't necessarily muscle. So you don't need 200 grams of protein necessarily. You want at least 180, I'd say. So let's give you 180 grams of protein. So for protein, 180 grams of protein. For one protein, it's 4 calories. So 180 times 4, 360. 720 calories is going to be your protein for the day, right? And then you're at 720. Let's see. If you're cutting from 3,000, I recommend going on a deficit to 2,500. Start off easy. Don't go too extreme into it unless you can handle it, because it is very tough. And if you push yourself too hard, then you're just going to fall right back into it. But we have our 720 calories, right? And we're going to have our maintenance set at 2,500, which is a good maintenance for you guys. For basically anybody at, like, say 200 pounds, 2,500 is a good area to cut down weight at a slow descent without losing a bunch of muscle. So 720 calories, 180 grams of protein, they equal. And then for fats, you want to be 20 to 30% of your maintenance in calories. So 20 to 30% of 2,500 is going to be, we're going to do 25. That's going to be 625 calories. So 625 calories 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So 9, the math here. I should write this down before I do this, huh? But you're gonna want 9 divided by 625 would be, let's say, I don't know, a number. I don't know. 20 to let's just do 625 calories. I don't want to do the math right now. My brain's fried. Too many white monsters, I guess. But 20 to 30% of your calories are going to be fats for your hormonal health, and make sure your testosterone's going good and your estrogen and all of that stuff, and you're not going all wonky. And for your carbs, the rest of it's going to be carbs, right? There's no set limit for how many carbs you should be eating. For cutting, you want the rest to be carbs, and you want to set a good calorie limit for that. So you have 2,500 calories that are all dispersed really well. About half of it is your proteins and your fats, and the rest is carbs. So you're looking pretty good. And that is going to be probably the healthiest way to lose weight without losing muscle, right? And protein is just so important. Make sure you're eating your protein. That comes first before anything else, right? Because if you're not eating your protein, then you're not going to feel as full, and your cravings are going to kick in a lot faster. All of this stuff, it sucks. It sucks. I've been there, and I've been not very knowledgeable. But it's not just about protein. It's about your carbs and your fats too. Do not forget about those. But anyways, that's kind of all I can really say about your guys' carb and protein fat intake. But there's a lot of good sources out there for tracking this stuff. So go to a calorie tracker online or reach out to me. I'd love to help any of you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you. But any of you guys can do this, bro. Losing weight is hard, but it's not impossible. That's the trick, right? You just have to stay dedicated and stay consistent. And you can do it, right? You can do it. I did it. I know a lot of people that did it. Anyone can do it, right? You just need to be consistent and hardworking, all right? But anyways, you guys have a great rest of your day. Keep up the grind. Keep losing weight. And yeah, keep being strong. Peace.